Hello everybody, welcome back to Pyrene. We have, once again, a new hero. No stones or wood to spend. So, let's meet our hero, shall we? Geisha. Bear Rage. When Geisha's rage reaches 100%, she turns into a powerful bear. Adds 2 fireball cards to danger zones. Burn Tail. When an enemy dies from burn at night, no loot card is given and receive 2 spirits instead. Replace all holy plant cards with wooden shield cards. You can only own 1 copy of this relic. For our cards, the bear statue, increased rage by 5%. Inflict 4 burn to adjacent enemies, triggers chain reaction to other enemies. Heals 3, inflicts burn. Gives 5 provisions, heals 5. And randomly gives you between 1 and 5 spirits. And our spells. Call of the Bear. Deal 1 damage to the enemies around you. For each enemy hit, increase rage by 2%. Triggers the burn status of all enemies in play. Affinities for burn, heal, provision, and spirit. Okay. Let's start out in the ruins. And we'll see how things go. No idea what to expect out of this, really. There's our rage in the top left corner. In danger zones, your actions increase rage by 2%. When it reaches 100%, you turn into a bear. As a bear, you cannot be healed. When HP reaches 0, become human again. So it's D&D Druid rules apply. They have the ability to charge change into a bear when she's angry. She has a rage bar that increases as she performs various actions. When the bar reaches 100%, they change into a powerful bear. I wonder if that tracks across encounters or not. We'll rest and they'll both die during the night. Except, oh, because we're in the forest, it's different, yes. So we need to kill one thing, we might as well kill the less dangerous thing. We still have all of our provisions just because of how this world works. Gains 1 max HP when another enemy dies. Do that, and that, and that, and that. We can get a few extra shards, I think. Probably stop there. So our rage hasn't reset, which is interesting. Holy Feather, increase endurance. Equipment chest. Card will be added to your deck. Not in your collection. Root. We've seen Root before. Heals 3, inflicts 3 burn to enemies around you. Is pretty good in this deck, it seems. Let me just check our relics for fire synergy. When an enemy dies in the night, no loot is given, receive 2 spirits. Then our spirits let us deal damage around us and trigger burn. Okay. I can't reroll, we don't have enough money, so I will take another fire flower. And then to our corrupted altar. That went very well. Trigger the burn of all of our enemies. Yeah, that's gone well. Right, we don't need the apple, but we can just take it, I guess. Well, let's not. Because we don't need it. Now I need that health potion very badly. Oh, you don't have any burn. I'm on 98%. But I don't know if I'm going to die before. Okay. Does this increase my action by 2? No. Oh, God. They've turned into a bear. As a bear, you cannot be healed. Whenever HP reaches 0, returns to a human form. Take advantage of this to defeat as many enemies as possible. Well, it's interesting that we didn't die on 0 HP, but I wonder what it's going to look like when we transform back again in a second. Oh, they don't give us rewards that way, do they? Alright, let's just hope we aren't dead. Oh, we're still a bear. Okay. Gives a permanent passive. Spirit cards also give provisions. Rerolls cost spirits. When an enemy dies from burn at night, no loot card is given, receive 2 spirits. Well, they're already not giving us relics, so we might as well get 4 spirits out of it, right? Off to the Crystal Kingdom. We should go all in on burn. Spirits. Anvil, we have 12 gold. We can afford it. Don't really love adding to any of those super specifically, though. Adetta is an elegant fairy who takes great pride in the relics she has produced herself alone for generations. We have 12 gold. Using a power costing 6 spirits or more gives +1 to a card in play from your deck permanently. Special power heals 3. Using a special power inflicts 4 frost. Using a power also gives you 3 provision. Using a special power also inflicts 4 burn to all enemies in play. That sounds like it could be a bit of us. Using a power gives you 4 shield. We might come back for the Sigil of the Blaze, but not yet. Then just danger zones. Right, now we can rest on our own timer, which is nice. Of course, we do need the rations to keep that up. Right now it's 3, we have 3, so we'll aim for the apple after. Deal 1 damage to the enemies around you. For each enemy hit, increase rage by 2%. Really, I want that food. So I regret that immensely when we should have probably just left being on 2 HP. Do we have enough spirits to get through this? I don't know. I need this guy to die. Although, I forget, we were not going to die when our HP reaches 0, provided our underself isn't sat there at 0 HP waiting to die as soon as we turn back from bear form. Inflict 2 burn and 2 damage to all enemies in play. Works for our burn. It gives you 2 dodge and heals you 2, trigger 2 times. Gives you 3 shield, 3 frost. 2 burn, 2 damage to all enemies in play. Do that for that, I think. Right, that's our exit. There's a slate. Person kills them. This guy is having heads slowly fall away. Has Andos finally managed to defeat Pyrene and her 6-headed snake? Huh. Didn't the legend say 7 heads? And I think he's got 6 on the other steels. Now that I think about it, what the hell happened? +3 luck. Alright, let's go. Let's see about improving ourselves. Grab that. Then let's go to the anvil. We don't have 12 gold anymore. Oh, this is only 8. Excuse me. Make this axe better. And I think I might put that earlier. I'm still worried about what's going to happen to us when we retransform back from our bear state, but we'll find out when we get there. Alright, we are back at full health. That's good. So I feel very vulnerable not being the bear anymore. I want to eat the apple when it's going to offer us the most we're going to get out of it. We can rest for 4, see if we can find anything in a short loop that would be great. I guess I needn't have worried because we filter max HP at the end of an encounter, so long as we were the bear at the end of the encounter, we were going to be okay. When you receive gold, you also receive 1 spirit. Adds 2 fireball cards to danger zones. After you dodge, you receive as many gold as damage dodged. More fireball cards? Because it's not cards that we have to put into our deck, it's just ones that will appear naturally. And then the Heart of the Mountain. Intense heat. In this heat of the mountain, the heat is intense. In the heart of the mountain, the heat is intense. Every 7 moves, all cards in play get 2 burn. Just you? Inflicts 2 burn to all cards in play, including you. Alright, we're a bear again. This is every 7 moves, yeah. Okay. What is this? Heat increases by 2. I'm going to try... oh! Oh, this has Torment. Gains +1 when you take damage. Interesting. Don't love some of this guy particularly getting massive. Oh, we can't heal. He remembers at like the worst moment. Alright, thanks for giving me an out. Boy, do we need it. Max provisions. When you receive poison, you instead receive burn. When an enemy receives thorns, it receives burn instead. Using a special power also inflicts 4 burn to all enemies in play. I think we already have one of those, right? We picked them up, yeah. I think we roll. As long as you have frost, your attacks also inflict 5 bleed. Excess provisions are converted to gold. When an enemy dies from burn at night, even more spirits. Let's do that. That's where we came in. We've got 2 traders, merchants. First, this is add echo to something. We don't have the money for this, so pretty moot. Another. Service for relic duplication. Can't afford that either. Exploration room. There's our exit. Proud and pretentious. Oh, the village is sending children to fight now. I'm not a child, I swear by Eki. You don't want to make me angry. Whatever you say, kid. Go back to your little stroll and get out of my way. I got a 7-headed legend to find, and I... 7 heads? Yet every time we fought him in Pyrene, Heron-Suge only has 6 heads, and the steals. Do you think Pyrene could have awakened Heron-Suge without sacrifice? The final stage of her summoning was to slice off the fiercest of its heads, which she did shamelessly. If you don't want that to happen to you too, watch your step. Here, take this. Don't let it be said that I don't help children in need. Deal 3 damage to enemies in play with inflation. Gains 1 when we spend the night. Arrogant little cabroy. The others warned me, but in person he's even more... Ah! Breathe, Geisha, breathe. Windy Meadow. Interesting. Right. This is relics. Bleed on enemies is triggered as soon as it's applied. Another one of those. When an enemy receives bleed, they receive burn instead. When you heal HP, remove all your negative statuses and inflict them to random enemies. Old map reveals unexplored areas of the map, adds a secret zone to all future areas. As long as you have frost, your attacks also inflict 5 burn. Alright, there's lots of options, but 2 danger zones to do first, I think. See if we can perhaps get some good cash. Oh, when this card receives burn, it receives +2 max HP instead. That is very good to know. Get rid of them immediately. Alright, we get a bunch of souls, spirits. Tons and tons of them. I should have hit you while I had the chance. I need healing badly. If I rest, I'm gonna die. I can't get to bear form. Oh no. I think I'm cooked. I am cooked. You bring back 2 wood to the village. When you die, you only keep 50%. You get 1 exploration point. Talisman of the Grapes gives you 2 provision and heals you 2 HP. Shining Crown. When you receive a card, you get an extra copy. Oh my god. Imagine. Right, we have 1 and 2, so very little to do with these guys. Alright, let's go out once more, now that I have a bit of a greater understanding of what we're working with. More healing would probably not go amiss. Burn to adjacents. Let's try and get some adjacents, shall we? Stuff burns in the night. Dodging of that. It's not so bad. Do we have safe path home? Yes. I'll spend 5 just to see if there's a sufficiently safe route where we can get a shard on the way round, which we can. 1 endurance. Inflicts 3 poison to a random enemy in play. Inflicts 2 burn to all enemies in play. Inflicts 3 frost. Guess we grab the burn. Let's do that. Right. Enemy here with bleed. Really hoping the burning will do a lot for us. And then we can get the rest of the food we're going to need later. That's terrible. Yeah, that's very bad. We are a bear now, though, so that kind of works. Health potion doesn't do anything. We have loads of food, so we'll let the world populate again. Get our loot, gold coins, shield, chest. Use a permanent passive. After spending the night, you receive 5 shield. Thorns on enemies are triggered as soon as they're applied. When an enemy takes bleed damage, deals the same amount of damage to another random enemy. Protective scroll, I suppose. Good for the bear. Dark forest, I suppose. Bonus affinities. Let's get shield, because the bear can have shield. Bear can't have health or healing. These guys aren't dying as fast as I would like them to. Must remember, hunger comes out of our health, not our armor. Bleed probably goes through our armor, doesn't it? So I'd rather get through here without worrying about bleeding. Provisions. This card will be added to your deck. Deals 2 damage and 2 bleed to all enemies. Swaps the position of 2 random cards in play, triggered 3 times. Gives you 3 provisions, 3 HP. I don't love any of it, so I will reroll. Deals 3 damage to enemies around you for each enemy hit. Receive 1 shield. I like that. Gives you 1 spirits. Inflicts 3 bleed and 3 burn. Give me the hammer. And we've got trader. Purchase 1 or more relics for gold. After you dodge, receive as much gold. You can reroll cards in play in danger zones. Adds an iron shield card at the start of all future biomes. Doubles all your shield gains. I want that, I think. Votive shard cards also give you gold. After spending the night, deal as many damage to enemies as their amount of poison. Right, so we need 20 gold. I might be able to do that. Some spirits. An exploration rune. Right, that's our exit corrupted altar. First down here. We're down to 5% bare, so I think that's a full reset regardless of whatever it was on when we took it. This chain is very nice. Gonna kill them swiftly, get 5 armor. Mask watch our poison. We can swap for 1. Clear out more of this before we sleep. Swap for 1 again. Grab all of that. Now, any shield that we spend will be shield we don't have next time, but we do want to get some amount of reasonable gear, so we have spare provisions right now. God, we got so many spirits this time. And a pretty good sized altar. Permanent passive relic. After spending the night you receive 5 shield. We have one of those already, right? Yeah. When an enemy takes burn damage, you receive 2 dodge. When an enemy receives bleed, they receive burn. Give me a second one of these. Then classic anvil. Gold. I did want gold. Need more than that, but hey. So I want 20 gold. 15. But there is this encounter here. Should definitely think about adding this hammer. 3 enemies, 3 damage 20s around you. Each enemy hit get 1 shield. Let's do this. Right, 82% bare. We are now bare. So I want to find gold. We're at 19 right now. I'm going to swap with that so we can not take the corrupted wood first. Get 10 shield out of that. Then, if we want gold, we're going to have to re-roll because the enemies aren't going to drop gold now. Which is kind of a problem. Are there any gold coin cards at all? There's one, but it's in a terrible spot. This is 4. This is 6 and bleed. But if I want this gold coin card, it's what I need. Okay, we just about escape. Relics give you a permanent passive. When an enemy receives bleed, you receive as many shield. When an enemy receives poison, inflicts as many damage to enemies around you, reveals unexplored areas of the map and adds a secret zone to all future biomes. If we had some bleed synergy, I would think about this, but right now I think the old map. No, I'm gonna buy this. And then we're going to go down here. Then we're going to buy this to double our shield gains. And we're just going to become OP. I think. I hope. Grasslands. Well, we've got plenty of spirits. No extra rules here in the Grasslands, if I recall. That's weather. Curse, your special powers cost 1 provision. This hammer's going to do great work. Yes, indeed. All damage inflicted by this card ignores your shield. I don't love that. Just don't want too much of this bleeding, but I guess it's fine. That's on adjacents, which is no fun. Also, this poison I dislike. Permanent passive. Another... Oh, we didn't take this first time, so... Secret biome adds 2 wooden shield cards. And poison status inflicts damage equal. Let's go. Extra shield, because our shields get bigger with shields. We cannot afford this. You guys have told me wonderfully in the comments that you can put more than 1 relic on 1 card, I believe. I was misunderstanding that. Terrible place for a hammer to be. We are nearly at bear. We are now bear. With 20 armor every time we rest. Beautiful. Right, poison does go into shield first. This is +4. Alright, I'm very happy with our shield gains now. It's going to keep this bear alive much, much longer. Does this bleed just come out of our shield as well? We'll find out. Honestly, I'm uncertain, but only because we don't heal, so I got confused by where numbers were coming from. Shouldn't have taken that yet. Am I going to commit to a full lap? Nah. Right, we lose any excess shield. Important to remember that. 7 HP if you have 50% or less. As long as this card is in play, after each of your turns, inflict 1 poison. 3 provisions, 3 gold, and 3 shield. I think this is worthwhile, especially because of our shield gains. Right. That's our exit. Free equipment. Does 2 damage to all enemies in play, heals you by the amount. Simple ring, spirits, red scroll, spend the night for free, inflict bleed. Roll. Sets your shield to 5. Don't like this as much, given we're going to have a lot of shield. Gives 3 provisions, the excess is dealt as damage to enemies in play. Take that. Then there's a trader here. Cards. Sets shield, gives you 6 shield, inflicts incurable. Bear is already incurable. Inflicts 1 damage to enemies in the same row and column as you. Spirits. I think we're fine. We'll do this encounter. Don't need to take the bear statue out. Simply don't. Get our shield started. Three provisions. Excess is dealt as damage to everybody. We have 83 spirits now. It's a shame this doesn't keep keep its like memory between one round and the next round. Right, we're very hungry. Don't want to accidentally allow ourselves to die. Alright, we kept that 24%, although I don't know if it's going to go to 0 when we transform back. Apple, 3 dodge, golden apple. I'll take another golden apple. We're going to put it in the deck. Yeah, we'll take the wheat out, I think. Alright, that's all the rooms. We can afford to do this now. Gives you 2 provisions and heals you 2 HP. Gives you 3 provisions. Changes 1 random non-boss enemy into a wood card for the same value. You can turn into wood. Then provisions and provisions. You can give provision. And we'll make one of our apples even better. Cool. Alright, cursed vault. Cursed altar. Hammer. Thanks for the 20. Watch this. It's going to go... bup, 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 bup. Love it. You're going to die at night, although if I kill you first, then I get the reward. Two golden apples. We need all the provisions we can get. Spend those provisions, then take more. As long as our health isn't being impacted, I'm okay. We've got so much shield. Now, because we're on 3 health, our attacks aren't very effective, which is definitely worth considering. I don't know if it's worth picking this up or not. Or whether we should just try and not die. We'll have 10 health when we come back anyway. And we do still have 58, so that's worthwhile. We've been through there. That's not a secret. Relic chest. 2 wooden shields. When an enemy receives bleed, get gold. Using a special power gives +3 to all cards in play from your deck. This upgrade only lasts for the current zone. We have 106 spirits, so I think that's going to work well for us in the long term. Last biome. Can't even remember what our quest is. It's pick a plant. Yeah, there's a protective flower out here in the shady spaces. More of these things. Using a special power inflicts 4 burn to all enemies in play. Using a special power gives you provisions is also very nice. I'll take both of those. Spend it if you've got it. And now we don't have it. Secrets. Could have kept that for a later event. But here we are. Equal with that one. Danger zone, danger zone, danger zone, danger zone. Acid rain. All poison damage is inflicted as soon as status is added. You've got spines and thorns. Left or right? Let's go left. Oh. At night, the wind blows strongly and takes the cards along with it. The wind direction for the new night is indicated by the arrow. Interesting. Alright, we need provisions. We don't need all of this fire, but here it is. When we transform, we lose all our current shield. It's definitely worth paying attention to. Do a bunch of fire damage to stuff. Honestly, I'd stopped even paying attention to the winds. I think I'm going to get out of here before we bleed. Permanent passive. You can choose from an additional reward from chests, 2 health potions. When you receive provisions, receive as much HP. Reroll that. There's Alexa's Hood again. When you receive a negative status, you always receive the same amount of spirits, doubles or thorns inflicted to enemies. When you receive poison, you receive burn instead. When you spend the night, burn on enemies is triggered an extra time. There you go. Reduce the cost of your special powers by 2 spirits. Using a special power also gives you 4 shield. Oh, that's a tough choice. Spend the night, burn on enemies is triggered an extra time. Probably gets through most enemies that aren't the boss, though. I kind of want to enter the boss fight with some rage rather than being at nil when we enter. So start there. I'm in here. Let's get some shield before we take on the rest of this room, though our attacks are not going to be very strong with 4 HP. Yeah. I was worried. %, on our rage. Fireball. That's fine. I would prefer if this got to a lot more of them, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Do 1 damage to the enemies around you for each enemy hit. Increase rage by 2%. Just going to deal with them via things. Why are these getting bigger? What did I take to do that? Using a special power gives +3 to all cards in play from your deck. Okay. That's absurd that we can just spam this for days. We'll rest because we can get total provisions from these guys. Fresh provisions, fireball. Alright, now I want to beat this encounter before we get to rage. Though we can walk into the next encounter as a bear, I suppose. We'll take 4, I guess. Because I want to have a big attack for the boss. Check this. Bit late for a whetstone. Golden apple, we've got better. None of this is great. Our endurance never really caught up with us, did it? Alright, so we take this shield. I don't think we go to these danger zones. I think we just take our bear form to the end of the expedition. Defeat the boss. Are you the boss? Resistance deals 8 damage. The Tarask's incredible shell makes it particularly difficult to touch. It can only take 1 damage at a time. Okay. So that goes down to 7. Down to 6. Down to 5. Down to 4. Down to 3. Down to 2. Down to 1. Apply 15 burn to an enemy. Yeah, that's 60. What are you? Iditu. Hiya. You're here for my flower. Yes. I would need it to protect my village. So if you would accept, I'd like... Okay. Okay, is that it? You don't want anything in return? Maybe. Maybe if one day I feel like going to see my flower, I'll come to your village, okay? Just once in a while, to see my flower, okay? Okay, you can come by whenever you want. What on earth did I just do? A sunshine flower that will keep monsters away from the village. 62 points. 21 wood, 3 exploration stones. Aesop, but what are you doing here? And this steel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's the 7th. But it's Pyrene who cut off Heron Stooge's 7th head for her summoning, not Andos. You're sure about... I traced what I saw. I traced because I saw. Will you see for yourself? But why lie? But why lie would Antos lie about this? It doesn't make any. There's only one way to find out. That Kubroi will have to answer us, without disappearing after 3 seconds for once. Collect all the steels. Confront Andos. Andos hasn't been telling you the whole truth. You need to get to the bottom of this. So, we have 4 stones. An area with a somewhat peculiar but sometimes very useful chest. A zone with Byrao, a mischievous and sometimes... and a zone with Byrao, mischievous and sometimes dangerous. Unlock the funky chest. No idea what the next upgrade here is going to be. We need 28 wood for it. We could do 10 of the forge or 21 at the temple. Let's just do the full 21 at the temple. Probably unlock some stuff. Honey generates one random card related to your highest affinity. Interesting, and there's lots of other stuff to unlock down the line. So that's everything spent. We once again have our choice of characters. Seems that is everybody unlocked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of us so far. Now, we did learn that this successful expeditions counter is nice. Somewhere around here, there's other skills that we can learn. We can change anybody's stats, of course. That's unlocks. Wasn't there other skills we can learn? Oh yeah, here it is, Sanctuary. So, shared special powers, Geisha's special powers, other characters' special powers. Gosh, there's so many things we haven't even begun to touch, which is going to be very interesting to explore in the end game. For now, that's a win. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the series, please do consider subscribing and hit that like button. If you have any questions, comments, recommendations, put them down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.